sunlight, filtered through leaves unlike any I'd ever seen, pricked my eyelids. Groaning, I pushed myself up, the familiar after-party haze clinging to me. Another morning, another unexpected location. The usual result of a wild night out with the gang. But this felt different. The air, crisp and clean, was unlike anything I'd ever experienced in the vibrant world. Disorientation washed over me. Where was I? This was uncharted territory. A land untouched by the usual hustle and bustle of my world. A primal urge to explore, to find my way back to the familiar comforts of my ranch, surged within me. Chickens clucked amongst a magical statue radiating an eerie glow. A lone figure huddled by a flickering campfire, his eyes unsettling. My gut screamed, "Run!" These weren't friendly folk. I needed to find my way out of this unsettling place, and fast. Jagged rocks pierced the terrain. Bizarre creatures flitted through the land, and the scenery was breathtaking, yet a chilling fear gripped me. A colossal beast, easily capable of swallowing me whole, lurked nearby. Crumbling wooden structures hinted at a previous civilization. The creatures remained still for now, but the air crackled with a sense of impending danger. A second campfire flickered in the distance, a beacon of unknown intent. Yet, the ruins whispered of a society ravaged, perhaps by this very beast. I noticed a journal. It appears to be from a castaway. It says, "This world harbors a secret." I was convinced of this when I began re-examining the globe's geographical features for my research towards the end of last year. Looking over the islands of the world, I noticed something strange. It felt like a certain area was empty, so to speak. I knew there should have been something there. It was unbelievable to me how no one could have noticed such an obvious absence in this location. With a few months of preparation, I was successfully able to guess the location of an island based on my hypothesis. With conviction in my heart, I chartered a boat and set out for the island alone. Jaw agape. I stared at the impossible scene unfolding before me. How had I arrived on this hidden island, a place steeped in an otherworldly magic? Shaking off the initial shock, I knew I had to investigate. But where do I even begin? Pushing aside the gnawing need for shelter, a surrender I refused to acknowledge, I resolved to press on. This mysterious land held secrets, and I was determined to unravel them. I would learn to thrive within its boundaries, utilizing its resources to guide my path. For now, the trail beckoned, and I continued my journey. As darkness fell, I stumbled upon Zoe Rayne's diary. It reads, "I don't have a family. My father disappeared a long time ago, and I've never seen my mother's face. The only ones who raised me are those guys in Grisbolt. That's why I know I have no choice but to survive in this tiny little world. Those guys all chase around pals with their guns. They capture the ones they hurt and sell them to those other weird guys. In return, they get food. They even share with me. That's why I don't have to be hungry. I don't think any of those guys really care about me. They just keep me alive because I'm the daughter of one of their bosses. I still believe that, even if I'm a boss now too." A strange kinship stirred within me. We were both adrift, solitary figures in this vast world. Yet, Zoe possessed a shield, the legacy of her powerful father, a shield she now wielded herself. I yearned to find her, not for her strength alone, but for the solace of shared experience, the comfort of knowing I wasn't utterly alone. The crumbling church stood as a testament to faith, a beacon of solace in the encroaching darkness. Though ravaged by time, its walls still whispered of divine grace. Here, I would find shelter for the night, renewed strength for the morrow, and continue my relentless pursuit of Zoe. A flicker of hope ignited within me. Perhaps Zoe, with her strength and compassion, would see the desperation in my eyes and extend a lifeline, showing me the path back to the safety of home. A renewed vigor surged through me as I awoke. It was time to resume my journey, but the path ahead remained uncertain. My heart A compass in this unfamiliar wilderness pointed towards a single destination: finding Zoe. Time crawled by, each minute an eternity. Then, a glimmer of hope. Another diary, left behind by Zoe. Why these cryptic breadcrumbs? The journal trembled in my hands as I deciphered her chilling message. Grisbold was one of the pals they were gonna sell, but she looked so lonely in her cage. She was just like me. And father, I thought. I was still little back then, so I couldn't control myself. I waited until everybody was sleeping, opened Grisbold's cage, and ran off far away with her. I shared half a slice of my breakfast toast with her, but we were both hungry by evening and went back to the base. Of course, all the guys were super angry. They threw me in a cage with Grisbold and I thought we were gonna get taken away, but Grisbold protected me. Not even their guns or bats could beat her. How did she get captured in the first place if she's that strong? I bet she didn't even try to escape, the big dummy. I gave Grisbold a command. She called down a huge bolt of lightning that wiped out all the guys. They didn't wake up until the next morning. Ever since then, I've been with Grisbold. The entry was tantalizing, yet ultimately frustrating. It offered a glimpse into Zoe's world, but no clear path forward. Frustration gnawed at me, but I refused to be deterred. I would find more clues. I would decipher her cryptic messages, and I would find Zoe. I was certain of it. I quickly found the next diary. It reads, "There's a group that opposes ours, stationed a little ways away from where we live. They don't like the way we sell pals and use weapons. Our group sneers at them and calls them the Free Pal Alliance. We're always fighting with them for no reason at all. If I stop and think about it, I bet they're not bad people if they love pals that much." I asked one of the guys who's been around a long time about it, but he said it was complicated. Apparently our group has been around for a long time, and we've always been fighting with those FPA guys. He said he doesn't know the real reason behind it, but we've been fighting so long that there's no hope of ever getting along. The revelation of Zoe's rival introduced an unexpected twist. While she insists they may be benevolent, a lingering suspicion gnawed at me. Vigilance was paramount. Time has lost all meaning here. I sleep when exhaustion overtakes me, but the passage of days, weeks, even months feels utterly distorted. I've managed to hold my own against the threats I've encountered. My arsenal includes a variety of ranged weapons and a remarkably versatile grapple gun that has proven invaluable for traversing this treacherous landscape. I also possess an enigmatic sphere, its function remaining a perplexing mystery. Another diary. Sometimes I wonder if there's anything beyond the sea. The only thing I can see far off in the distance is that huge tree. I've never heard anyone talk about what's beyond that place. Apparently some brave guy from long ago went to see the outside world, but he never came back. I have heard about people coming from beyond the sea, though. I don't know what those kinds of people do, but they say they use tools different from our own. That's why I know there must be something beyond the sea. A whole bunch of islands, a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of things. It sounds scary, but I'd like to try going sometime. A thrilling possibility dawned on me. If I could find Zoe, we could face the challenges before us together, lending each other strength and support. Perhaps, together, we could find a way off this island and forge an unbreakable bond of friendship. Exploration remained my focus. 4 diaries had surfaced, each a tantalizing clue. The path was becoming clearer, and with each step, my resolve strengthened. Finding Zoe was no longer just a hope, it was an inevitability. At last, another diary. This one reads, "I've started to wonder, why am I guarding this big tower again? I always thought it was obvious since Father also used to do this. But now that I think about it, I have no idea why. From what I've heard about it, they say there's a legend passed down on this island. They said this tower is somehow related to that legend, and that it has some big, great power. What kind of power, I wonder? Even if that's true, why does this power have to be protected, anyway? Even though I don't really know why, I'm always here, protecting this tower. There are other towers around the island, and they say people like me guard them all. The diary entry was a revelation. Zoe is imprisoned in a tower. I've seen it, a looming presence against the horizon. Prepare yourself, Zoe. I'm coming for you. There it is, the tower. All this time the answer was staring me in the face. I gasped, disoriented. The space stretched on endlessly, an impossible expanse with no discernible boundary. And there she was, Zoe. Zoe! I yelled, my voice echoing across the void. Over here! I'm here to help! What in the... I gasped, disoriented. Zoe stood before me, also wielding a sphere. What sorcery was this? And was that... Grisbolt? No. They were attacking. The fight was a blur. I acted on instinct, defending myself against their relentless assault. Now, they lay still, and a chilling realization washed over me. I was alone again, a survivor haunted by the weight of the fallen. Where do I go from here? What clues remain, scattered amongst the wreckage of my past? Finding shelter is paramount. This may be my home for the foreseeable future.